Maybe we should stop eating.
Why?
Because we're recording.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Picture it, pink pants and a floral shirt.
Shall we begin?
Oh. Well, hello, Reese.
Not this whole time.
No.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, guys. It's your boy, Ramont.
And I'm Reese.
Welcome to another episode of a little R&R. We back, friend.
Good morning. So last time I felt like I was kind of not spirit, my energy was low.
Really?
I feel like it was a little lower. But today I feel like you're very like, what's up?
We're coming to you with another early morning episode. And
From an undisclosed location in the DMV area. The door is not locked, so we're not secured necessarily.
Yeah,
it's okay.
we're not.
What?
Because I can like hear like me. Well, I can hear you doing it too, right? So I thought it was me, so it's really you. These early morning episodes get me versus when we do it in the afternoon when I've had a little bit more energy. I'm woke, so I mean my energy's not low.
Your hat is really cute.
Oh, thank you. Someone got it for my birthday.
Oh, you just had a birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
How was that?
So
it's the history for me. But go ahead. It's the history of Ramont's birthdays. But okay.
I think I've stated it before that for my birthdays, like I just feel as if that some people out there don't like 3-2-1 for some reason, and I don't know what it is. I mean, not to say I've never had a good birthday. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my friends that have always came through to lift my spirits for my birthday. But the actual day itself. So this year,
this year, because
I wanted to keep it very low key. I didn't want to do too much. Little PTSD from the prior year. So I'm from Baltimore, so I like crabs. So my thing was, I said, okay, low key. Not do anything. All I want to do is go work out, have crabs, and that be my birthday. Whatever. Mm-hmm. So a week prior to my birthday, the U.S. government decided to drop stimulus checks. So therefore, there was not a crab left in the state of Maryland. And Virginia, because there's a spot in Virginia that we go to as well. So I woke up and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get my crabs today. It's gonna be a good day. And
wait, I'm sorry, I cannot. Hold on.
What,
I'm
Fred?
dying. So you're saying that because
the stimulus checks affected my crabs, and I'll tell you why. So previously, when everyone got the stimulus checks and the unemployment benefits, that entire summer, our favorite crab spot, anytime, even with, of course, we had to stay 6 feet apart while you're in line or whatever the case may be, but anytime I would have drove past or just hit me like, oh, like, let's go get crabs or whatever the case may be, the line would be wrapped around the building. And this has, prior to COVID or anything like that, that has never happened. Okay. You've been able to pull up, walk in, get off stuff,
and roll out. Gotcha.
All sizes available. But when that happened, they were there. I think we were recording an episode one day, and they was like, "Oh, let's get crabs." And I was like, "Okay, well, as soon as I leave here," and I called, and I think they opened at 2:30, and I left here around 2. I was like, "Okay, so I'm gonna get there when they open." Mm-hmm. The line was already around the building. Like, y'all not even open yet.
They was anticipating. Okay.
So here's my birthday. I get there and the line is outside. The line is outside. And I'm just like,
patience is zero.
You know me.
Yeah.
If I can't get what I want,
mm-hmm.
I don't want it.
Right.
You know how I am. So
I'm trying to think, did I talk to you on your birthday? I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
Not about this.
Yeah. No. because prior to us going to get them, we were calling. It was like, oh no, we're waiting on the shipment. This, that, and the third. I was like, okay, I'll wait it out. You know. And they was like, oh, shipment coming around 4:35. So I think we got there like at 5 o'clock. And some girl was in line. They only got mediums left. Let's go. I don't. So
size queen.
Shout out to D. He's just like, no, you know, no, babe, it's okay. You know, we can get mediums. We can get like 3. No, I don't want that. I want what I want, and you know what I want. So it's no, and I don't do crab legs. Like, ugh.
This was your birthday.
This is the actual day.
Okay.
This is Sunday, March 21st, 2021. So of course I got an attitude. I think that night I just made dinner. We went and picked up food, and I made dinner, whatever the case may be. So the whole night wasn't lost. Dinner was actually pretty good. So the next day, the 22nd, I was off that Monday. I was like, okay, well, let's try again today. Of course, our spot is sold out from yesterday. And so we went down to the wharf and picked up some and just made our own in the house, which was pretty good. But it's just upsetting me and my homegirls that like the stimulus check and the unemployment benefits have killed all my crab dreams. Yeah, because even when we called our spot in Virginia, we was like, hey, you know, what size crabs? We don't have any. I was like, bitch, like, what the fuck? And damn. You know, D's like, you're so spoiled. I said, I'm not spoiled. I said, because if it wasn't my birthday, it would be, I would take any size that they had available. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't matter. I said, it's the simple fact that it's the year I didn't want to do anything. I didn't plan a fancy dinner. I didn't plan a brunch. I didn't plan a whole...
Ramont is king of quote unquote fancy event, meaning
there's a
collared shirt, tie,
suit,
potential, like a suit, like it's
a thing.
And for me, I am not that guy.
I mean, I've had some comfortable parties. I did.
You have.
I did pajamas and champagne for brunch all the time. So
you did, and that was a good time. But
yeah, everybody left and just went home and got in bed. They had on their pajamas
after we got them drinks. But for my fancy event, he is your guy. Like, but it's always a good time,
right? It's always a good time. So
I was thankful not to dress up this year.
So it was just upsetting. It was like, no, I'm not spoiled, but it's just like I didn't want to do anything, and this is the one thing I was looking forward to, and I can't get it. Right? Like it's just not happening. And so I said, if it was any other regular day, I would have been fine. Like, oh, okay, can't get it, whatever. Move on with my day. I said, but this was my birthday. I didn't ask for anything this year. I didn't ask for presents. I didn't ask for to do anything, and here we are. But the following weekend, I did go to dinner with my friends. I had a wonderful time. Everyone looked amazing. It was a low-key dinner, but everyone was nervous. Like, I was like, we're going to a hibachi grill. And everybody's like, what do we wear? I'm just like, bitch, we're going to a hibachi grill.
No, pause. Because you, like I said, Ramont is the king of a theme.
Everyone asked me.
And I'm sure they did. Because it was like, as we were amongst ourselves, we were like, hey, so what are you wearing? Because we know that it's Ramont. Like, and I was like, he's wearing comfortable. He's wearing a sweatsuit. They was like, what? I said, he's comfortable, so I'm throwing on some jeans. They was like, oh,
you sure?
Okay. I should have wore a suit just to throw everything off. But no, it was a good time.
Very good time. I mean, I will give you guys a themed dinner or whatever the case may be. I will, because everyone asked, so therefore y'all miss it. Y'all look forward to it. So I'm gonna give the people what they want.
I'm gonna
give the people what they want.
Well, I just want to say happy belated birthday. Thanks, shout out to your mother. Happy anniversary to you, because I think that it's really one thing that not over the last couple years, but few years ago, I was just like, I want to celebrate my mom on my birthday because she gave me life. So when I know your mama, I'll be like, happy anniversary. So happy anniversary to your mother and you. Oh, and you're her only child. So.
I am her only child.
Yeah. I always say, we're going to have to put that on the sketch because we need to have that conversation. But yeah, so it's Aries season. Why don't people not that they don't like, but why do they give Aries such a hard time?
I don't know. You gotta ask somebody to give Aries a hard time. Because we're wonderful.
So I'll say that my experience with Aries, I've dated.
Yeah, you did.
Dated an Aries, and
are they April or March Aries?
April.
They're usually different.
I agree, because I feel like Capricorn, December, January, we're different. We're different. But I feel like Aries is one of those signs. Maybe because you're my friend and you're an Aries, I attribute it to you. When it's Aries season, it's a lot of shit. Like they shake y'all. Like y'all got people in their feelings. You get under people's skin for some reason.
We're very aggressive.
And see, that's what I don't see that. So I think that you are, I wouldn't say you were aggressive. I think that you are, I wouldn't say spoiled either. I'm thinking of a word.
I can get in my moments. I just want what I want.
But to me, aggressive is, I don't got what I want, so da-da-da-da-da. You're very, okay, I'm not getting this, so I'm going to sit back. And maybe D sees it more than I've never seen you really go off. I've seen you be like, okay, I'm not in this moment. Like you will.
Yeah, that's me. When I'm not getting what I want, that's me.
But that's not aggressive to me. Aggressive is...
yeah, that doesn't come across aggressive. That speaks more to like being spoiled or whatever the case may be.
Okay. Yeah, but I just feel like, I just was thinking about it when we were getting ready to record. I was like, Aries, they have a bad rep for some reason.
Well, when you're the first sign, people always want to come for the first. So I don't understand.
How are y'all the first?
Look it up. We're the first sign.
What do you mean the first sign?
First sign. Like if they put them in order, they'll say Aries first.
How?
They just do.
Isn't it March, April?
I don't question these things.
January comes before March.
That doesn't mean anything.
I feel like that's the order that it goes into.
Okay, sure.
We'll have to look into that.
See?
Is it the first sign? Okay. Whatever. I just don't know why they give you guys such a hard time.
Because they love us.
I thought that maybe
they love us, but they can't admit to it, so they have to, be mean towards us or say bad things about us.
Well, they say when you're young and you don't know any better, you pull the hair of the girl that you like, or you kick the boy that you actually like. So that's how you feel. Okay.
We don't do anything to anybody that they don't deserve.
Okay. All right, moving right along. I was trying to get some clarity for the people, but if that's what you got, then that's what we're giving. What's next? Episode over? Like, I don't know.
Anything been going on with you?
What has been going on? Work has been work. It's just been work. It's been busy. It's been, I have a new supervisor, so that transition is always it's always interesting because, that different dynamic and all of that. But we're good. Your work has just been crazy. My personal life, I haven't really been doing a whole lot at all.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been just chilling. Like last weekend, I think we went to brunch last weekend. We went to we had hibachi last weekend, and then I think Sunday I didn't do anything.
I didn't move.
Yeah, I was like, phone didn't really ring. I was like, I'm here and I'm good. So yeah, I've just been like laying low. I think that the weather was kind of throwing me off because it was so nice. I felt like I needed to be outside, so I did go out and just kind of, I went to grab ice cream. I went to a happy hour with some friends, little things just to get out. And then I was like, this cold weather this week was like, what the hell? But of course, I'm used to it now. So I've just been chilling.
Okay, good.
Chilling. Ready for spring. Ready for some vacation time.
We already hit spring. You just ready for spring weather?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want the weather. I want to be able to put a tank top.
You got a prelude to spring.
Yeah. It was really literally a taste. And it was like, okay, now get your ass back in that hoodie and jacket. So no, I'm ready for some vacation time. And that I just want to chill. Like I don't want it to be this hustle and bustle. A lot of times people go on vacation and they're doing so much that when you come back, you need a vacation from the vacation.
Y'all.
Yeah. Who is y'all?
Y'all.
Oh, you don't?
No, y'all do.
What are you saying?
For our vacation coming up. You're like, y'all sending... Well, you didn't send it.
I was going to say, Reese is the one that when it's a group vacation, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to do what the majority wants to do.
Half of the group wants to go on a hiking trail. I do not.
Wait, can we pause? Because I don't want this episode to come out prior to, and then we get there and then it's no, it won't be a thing.
Right. Well, they already know how we feel. It's not nothing we haven't said to them. But
right.
I was just like, why are we going on vacation to hike? I am not hiking. And I don't know. I don't understand what it is about y'all that want to go on vacation and then go exploring. Like, when did we become these people? Like, I get it, but I'm going to go find me some regular friends that want to go on vacation that just want to lay around and get drunk and blast music from their speaker from the Airbnb.
That's what I'm doing. Listen, the hiking part, I mean...
I get it. It's good scenery and everything like that, but it's not... But we do it for the majority. Like, okay,
exactly. It's the majority rules. I'm looking forward to the boat and the food.
That's it. Like, I want to relax.
When we went to Colombia, that was the highlight of the trip for me. The boat
and the food.
Like
that boat tossed your ass around though. I don't understand why that was the highlight for you.
Because of the food. The food made up for all of that. I lost my glasses, but I ate good. That trip was the trip of lost items.
It was. It was.
Everybody lost something.
I don't appreciate how mine was lost.
Talk to your man. So that's what I'm looking forward to vacation. Just take a little time away from work and, like you said, some rest and relaxation.
Cool.
What about you? What's going on with you?
Shit, I'm happy to be back at my old job, my old department.
Congratulations.
That's been a major thing for me. I feel so much better. My mental space is a lot better. Y'all don't know, but I took a new position hoping for, the grass is greener on the other side. It was for growth and everything like that. And I didn't get any of that. Like, I hated that position so damn bad. I was hoping I would catch COVID so I could just have 10 days off and not be in there.
Shut the hell up.
I lied to you not. I wanted to catch COVID just so I could have my 10 days off and not be in that bitch. Like,
oh my gosh.
That's how bad it was, bitch. I was ready.
No, I mean, we had the conversation, so I know it was bad, but...
Girl. Oh my God. But it feels so good to be back.
Good.
I ain't got to worry about that shit no more. And... until you do right by me, that whole place will go to hell.
Okay.
And what made it worse, when you're leaving a position and I guess it's only when you're cool with people, they're like, oh no, don't go. Did you change your mind? Do you want to stay? That bitch asks me every single day.
Did she?
Because she wanted to meet every fucking morning, which I didn't understand. Like, bitch, I'm leaving. What the fuck are we going to talk about? You know what I mean? Like, what do we have discussed that I'm going to retain or, like, put into motion? Like, I'm leaving. I don't.
Do you think that she was doing that as a means to mess with you, or because she felt like that's what she needed to do?
All that. And every time, you sure you don't want to say it? I'm looking at, in my mind, I'm like, bitch, I don't like you. I don't want to fucking go. If I could fucking leave right now, I would. But unfortunately, I have to stay here because of office politics.
Does she listen to the show?
No. I don't care what she gonna do. What's she gonna do? Right, talking about.
Wait, listen. We're open to both sides of this story. If you're listening, ma'am, you can come on and say
she can create her own podcast and give her own rendition. She ain't coming on shit.
Well, the boss has spoken, ma'am. It's not you this time.
Oh, Miss Juicy looking ass.
I still want to see a picture. I'm gonna have to Google her. I need to look her up.
Just over it. Anywho, moving on. Glad to be out of that negative space, in that situation, and back in a place of bliss, wonderful, nurturing, growing. It's only been 2 weeks, and I'm already on several different projects already, so I'm excited. You got anything for today? You want to dive into some topics?
I mean,
for the people?
we can talk about, we don't
like to talk about ourselves. We're not vain like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not that much going on anyway. But so the one thing that kind of threw me, I'm not into the rap game like that.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole Quavo and Saweetie situation.
Sweetie! Oh, no, wait. That's the different one.
It's Saweetie, right? Oh. I think.
Yeah, it's Saweetie.
Saweetie. So the video came out.
Go ahead.
What?
I'm gonna say that after. Go ahead.
So the video came out, and I'm scrolling through social media, and I saw it, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then, of course, I'm reading. I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I know that I'm not so wrapped up in it, but I saw that previous to that, they had broken up. Yeah. It was a big thing, them kind of going back and forth or whatever. And then this came out, and I was like, "Okay, so this probably played into it." But then I was looking at like comments and things, and I'm not a big comment reader. Like some people will go through 4,000 something, and I'm just like,
that's where the information is in the.
It is, but for me, I'm like, no. So I was reading, and it was just like a lot of it was bashing Quavo,
of course,
and then some of it was, women think that they can put their hands on people and nothing's gonna happen, and so. Again, the video wasn't long enough for me to really tell kind of what happened. I mean, I saw what happened, but I don't know what happened before that, right? Right. Right or wrong, I think that domestic situations like that are not cool. But I just don't think that without knowing all the facts, people have all these opinions. And I get it. We all have opinions. But it was just like, how you bashing somebody and you don't know the whole situation? And I don't think that from what I remember, I don't think he like hit her. I think that he's
longer.
Yeah. But I felt like in the beginning, like what was going on? Because I feel like she was either...
It looked like she was trying to... I sent you the full video, right? Yeah. It's like she was trying to get away or leave, per se. And it was basically like, it looked like a no, you're not leaving.
See, I felt like...
Because the elevator was open, and wherever he was going, it's like he was trying to stop her because she was going to grab her bag and leave, and that's when he pushed her back into the elevator. Right.
So the way that I took it was, it looked like he was headed away, and maybe that bag that was, or whatever, box or whatever it was that was outside the elevator, he was coming back to get that. And like going to do whatever he was doing with whatever he had, and he was going to come back and get that. And she was like, no, I'm going to grab this. And he was like, no, you're not. That's how I took it. Again, not knowing the dynamic of the situation. Right. I was just like, so all of that, again, domestic violence is not cool on any level. In hetero relationships, same-sex relationships, it's not cool. Yeah. It sucks that it was out there. I mean, that it's out there. But I just think that the conversation should be more, instead of bashing one or the other, let's talk about how that's just, again, not cool. You know what I mean? Like, let's not make that okay, is my feeling on it.
Absolutely. Outside of the video, of course, prior to, we saw the tweets from both of them breaking up with each other. I think Saweetie's dropped first that she's, no longer with him. And I should have saved the screenshots because I don't think I did, of when it first happened, when the news first broke, and her basically saying that they don't want to... I think she said after you put up, basically, like after you've put up with so much stuff, you don't want to go through it anymore and everything like that. And then, of course, it was a petty response that she did. Damn it. Okay, I'm not going to spend my time looking up the stuff. But what my guess was when you first started talking, guess what their two signs are?
They're not Capricorns and Aries.
No. Oh. Aries and Cancer.
Oh. Really?
I found that out. Because I'm going to tell you how I found out. So.
Because I'm like, okay, you just found out.
No. I didn't just find out. I found out when the tweets went out, when they first announced that they were when Saweetie and them first announced that they were broken up. Someone else had posted it. And, me, Aries, gang. And I think, like, either we was in Aries season or Aries season was coming up. Which one is Aries? Quavo.
Okay.
And someone had posted it, and I was just like, oh, And of course, you know, me being funny or whatever the case may be, I said, oh, it was like Quavo's the Aries. I said, oh, well, that is all Sweetie's fault. Whatever they went through, it is all her fault. Aries, gang, and this, that, and the third. And they was just like, no, because Aries, this, that, and the third. I said, no, the Aries are not this, that, and the third. And I said, wait. I said, are you a Cancer? They was like, yeah, this and the third. I said, well, let me leave this conversation because this is going to go left real quick and I'm going to hurt your little sensitive ass feeling because y'all Cancers known to fucking cry and be little crybabies. So therefore, let me exit. They was like, I guess this and the third. Bye, girl. Again, it's Sweetie's fault because Quavo is an Aries and we don't be doing nothing like that. But this was like off of the initial tweets of them breaking up prior to the video coming out. So again, I agree with Reese as far as domestic violence or whatever the case may be. That goes back to when it was the football player from Baltimore that punched his wife in an elevator. That's an old video. Like that's early 2000s.
What about Solange and Jay-Z?
Well, Solange beat Jay-Z ass. That's a different story.
I mean, so this is,
and she was protecting her sister. That ain't domestic violence.
I don't think
that's a family situation.
Beyonce was up in that cut, like she was just there.
Beyonce said, "Sis, do what you gotta do."
But this is like, so why is it acceptable for a woman?
It's not.
But society says that it is because Solange didn't get all that flack, and I'm not saying. I mean, again, not knowing the circumstances or whatever. But I just don't think that it's okay either way. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I feel like honestly and sincerely, like if a woman put her hands on me, my first impulse is to be like, whoa, chill out, because I'm not gonna hit a woman. But I feel like if you keep bucking, then it's gonna be a problem. Like I'm going to have to protect myself.
Who ain't gonna hit?
I'm not.
Who ain't gonna hit?
I'm more of a restrainer, like. Back up, get off of me type shit. Like, I don't know. I think that we need to stop normalizing domestic violence.
Because it's not society that so much says like it's okay for a woman to hit a man. It's more so history because you think that a man is supposed to protect a woman and the woman is not supposed to get angry or anything like that. So it's a lot of things that kind of play into that itself. But of course, women got tired of men hitting them. So therefore, I'm going to defend myself.
Absolutely.
I mean, and then if you have women that grew up with a whole bunch of brothers, 9 times out of 10, they know how to fight because they fought their brothers growing up or whatever the case, playing and everything like that. So It kind of works both ways, but then as a man, you don't want to feel weak because you didn't call the police because your woman didn't hit you, or you didn't lock the bathroom and you in the bathroom crying like Ebony and your woman out the door and I can't talk about bitch come out, what's up? So
the visuals as you're speaking.
So it's that type of situation. I'm sure if more men had called the police on women talking about she ain't here beating my ass, it would be a different story. Like, excuse me, man, where I did it and I do it again. I mean, they have a women's prison for that particular reason.
I don't know. I just don't like it.
I don't think that is like, I look at a fight as any other fight. What happened here? Like,
how did we get here?
How did we get here? So, and honestly, it's some women out here that can beat some men ass.
I agree. But why? Why are we fighting? I don't want to fight.
Of course, a lot of people don't want to fight. I mean, they didn't fight. He
slung her.
I mean, it was wrong. He should have just let her go. Wherever she was going, just let her go.
Right. I agree. But again, the details.
To all my Aries, when a Cancer wants to leave, let them.
That's for anybody. If they want to go on.
Y'all know Reese is king of let them go.
Peace. Get out. Like, it's not worth it.
It's sad I can't even find that tweet anymore. So much happens on the Shade Room. I don't even know where the hell. I can't even. I'm still. I'm at the Grammys now. Like I don't even know. Okay, move it
right along. So, what did you think about? And I know this was a couple weeks ago. The whole video or the recording of Kirk Franklin.
Shout out to Kirk Franklin.
Listen.
Shout! Wait, did he do a song called Shout? No.
Stop.
Our Christian listeners don't hate me.
All I can say is there is no way that an apology would have left the lips of my mother or my father if I decided to release like
he didn't apologize. In my heart of hearts, I don't feel as if Kirk Franklin apologized because he wanted to or he felt like he had to personally as Kirk Franklin. But as Kirk Franklin, the gospel singer, the recording artist that has the following, he needed to apologize or release some type of statement about what happened. Granted, he could have took Beyonce route and not say nothing.
I would have said
nothing. Sis ain't going to tell you a damn thing.
Nothing.
Kirk, write another album. And talk about kids in one of the tracks.
Exactly. But what the heck?
There, like you said,
Look, I said what the heck because we're talking about it.
This is our gospel segment, so we can't cuss. But it's don't. I guess when you get maybe when we become celebrities, we'll realize. It's certain things that we may have to release statements for depending on our platform.
I am going to say less. I am going to take that road. I'm going to just be like, okay, well, it happened. Oh my God, Reese caught cussing out.
Because they look at it like, oh my God, he's a gospel singer. How could he cuss? How could he do that and say those things? Oh my God, I could never let those words come out of my mouth being of gospel and of the Lord. That's not me. We're still human.
You know what my release statement, if I was Kirk Franklin, would have been #pray for me.
Nope.
Pray for me.
You don't need to pray for me.
No, I'm just saying because I'm not saying anything else about it. Because again, his son, whatever that's again, we don't know the backstory. But to me, when my mother has cussed me out, my father ain't never really cussed me out. But when my mother has cussed me out, it's because I probably needed it. Not even if
his son did need it.
Yeah, that's what. So I was like, ain't no way. Like I just didn't. I understand what you're saying, and it makes sense. You know, because you're in that space, you feel like you're responsible to people in a sense. You know, you have a following.
It's the fake Christians for me.
Yeah, but I just feel like, sir, there's no apology
needed. He can't cuss. These are his children. He can say whatever. This is his mouth. He can say whatever he wants.
Because you can't.
You can't tell me how to raise my kids and what to say to my kids. And then people want to put it on, oh, it's trauma. No man should ever talk to. Absolutely not. If your child is disrespectful and in that blink of a moment, you forget that that's your child. Because now you're talking to me like some person on the street. So we're going to act accordingly.
And the problem is, in my opinion, again, I don't know. I don't have children. But in my head, I think that sometimes children get beside themselves as they grow older, right? Because that fear, I guess, wasn't instilled in them at a young age. Like for me, at the age that I am.
They said he was spoiled. Yeah. And he didn't appreciate anything.
Exactly. At the age that I am now, there is not any way that I'm going to talk to my mother sideways.
And he was 33. At that age, there is no calm, relaxing conversation in which we need to have. You're 33. You're an adult. So we can speak to each other as adults.
But what I'm saying is 33 years old. And then, again, in my head,
we are not talking to our parents any old kind of way.
There's no way.
But when you don't... But I can't say I have not seen children of a certain age talk, even little kids, talk to their parents crazy.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because I feel like they
don't... Yeah.
My mother... We grew up knowing there's a line. You can touch it if you want to, but I'm going to smack you back to where you need to be. Like there's no, and not literally smack, but you know what I'm saying? My mother, like so many children now, I feel like don't have this. My mother can look at me a certain way.
Facts.
It's a wrap.
Facts.
As a grown man, she looks at me like, okay, I'm going to chill out. Like, what? Like, we had a family reunion. I'm with my cousins. My cousins that, I grew up with. We're having a good time. I'm drinking. My mom was like, why is you doing all this drinking? Ma'am, because I'm grown. Like, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? But, of course... You
don't tell your mother you're grown?
I didn't say that. I don't...
Okay.
You know me and my mom. We have a good... we have a healthy relationship. And she was like, okay, like, whatever. And so then it was the drinks, the heat... I became who I am when I'm drinking. And she was like, I don't like that. Like, and it was basically, I don't want to see that. And so since then, this was years ago, I don't drink. I mean, I don't drink like that around my mom anyway. But if we were to have a family reunion, I would be sitting on chill until she was gone. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a respect there. So I'm saying with whatever they had going on, Kirk and his son, I feel like those qualities weren't instilled potentially when he was younger. Like I said, and it makes sense. You're a celebrity child. You probably are spoiled and you get everything that you want, but you don't get that discipline. Because again, there's no way that I would have that conversation with my mother. I wouldn't even be able to, like, I feel like even the recording of is disrespectful. Like, that's your parent. Why would you want to put them on blast? Regardless of celebrity or not. I would never want to.
Well, that's why he did it.
I would never want anybody to look at my mother sideways. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be upset and I can come to you and be like, oh, Ramont, my mom pissed me off. But if you was to be like, well, F her. Wait, what? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like, bottom line, I don't think that he needs to issue an apology because there was nothing to apologize for. But I understand where you're coming from. We can agree to disagree. What's next? Because the more and more I think about it, it just frustrates me because I just feel like, yeah, his son was just disrespectful.
All right. Speaking of people that need to apologize, all y'all that have cock blocked your friend from getting a date.
Jump in. Wait, we got to back up real quick.
King of segues.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Donnie McClurkin. Is it McClurkin?
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of children and a man that doesn't have any, Donnie McClurkin.
You better segue. Figure it out. Make it work.
That's going to take up the rest of the show, child.
No, it's not because it's real. Because the uncensored or whatever the show is.
We're going to have to go back and talk about that.
So maybe we'll pause on that and we'll bring it back next time so we can watch it.
But I don't need to watch the audio. I read the
visual friend.
No, I read the article and okay. I kind of get it. I get it, but at the same time, yeah, we talk about it.
I want to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it and then we'll come back to it.
Girl,
look, we're gonna put a pin in
Donnie.
So we're talking about cock blockers. So this episode is affectionately titled "Am I a Hater?" I think, unless the description says something.
It's definitely going to say something else.
Am I a hater? So we were, a buddy of mine and I were talking and we were discussing like friends blocking or people in general. We were talking about general people. Like if someone comes to you and be like, yo, I like Ramont. And I'm like, I mean, Ramont's cool, but he got that light skin complex. He think he all that. Like, why do people do that? Why are they hating or why are they blocking somebody from getting at someone else potentially? And so he and I were having a conversation.
Or just before you continue, or if you're already talking to someone and then someone brings you all negative information about that person.
Right. So I think that there's levels to that because I feel like if my friend comes to me now, yeah, if I feel like my friend comes to me and they're like, oh, I want to talk to X, and I'm like, X, I mean, from what I know, it's probably not a good look. I don't think that that's being a hater. I think that if we're genuinely friends, I'm letting you know what I know. Because I feel like that's why you're coming to me.
It is. But people still gonna do what they want to do.
They should. Some people don't.
I can't stand up, oh, my friend told me about you. Okay, well, fuck you and your friend.
Really? People have said that to you?
Have people said that to me? I don't think, no.
You've been out the game for a while.
So. I'm part of the community of people who, they're going to try their hand with me. Regardless of what their friend said. But, yeah, I would be fuck you and your friend because my interaction with your friend could be something completely different with you.
Agreed.
I mean, outside of relationship and shooting shots, this can go with friendships. Like, oh, I can't hang with you because my friend said you do X. Fuck you again. Fuck you and your friend.
But I think that I can't. I don't know that anyone has led with that.
Have you ever? Let me tell you. No one has ever said that to me, but I've introduced myself.
What was that?
Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson.
I love that song.
Introduced myself to someone, and they was just like, "Oh, I've heard about you."
I've gotten that,
and I'm just like, "Bitch, the fuck." that aggressive Aries coming. Like, well, bitch, well, fuck you. Like,
I don't feel like you get. See, I feel like you're aggressive inside. Because I don't see that. I think that in those situations, not that I've ever heard it, but what I see when someone says that to you is you being like, oh, okay. And
as long as they don't say nothing else.
Okay.
Because my gears then are already switched in. It just, because it's very rude if you're introducing yourself to me saying, hi, my name is Reese. And I'm like, okay, well, nice to meet you. I'm Ramont. Oh. I've heard it. Like, bitch, I didn't even want to talk to you. You came over to talk to me. So that's fucking rude. So my gears are switched in just like, so it is okay. Because if you say something else, then it's just like, well, who the fuck is your friend?
Right.
So
I agree with that. So, I mean, do you think that's a hater or is that just someone that has an opinion? Like the person that has told whatever.
Definitely a hater.
You think so?
Definitely a hater. Because what are you telling people about me that gives them a pause? Clearly, that's an interaction which I've had with you. So now your followers have made this assumption about me, and all I'm doing is saying hi. Speaking to the people.
Right.
That's definitely a hater.
I get it, but at the same time, I feel like if you're my friend and...
What does it benefit you to tell your friends about someone else at a party?
Excuse me. Does it benefit me?
And they aren't doing nothing or anything like that.
Let's be real. Like if we're in a space, right? If we're at a function or whatever and I see someone, I'm like, oh, there's so-and-so. 9 times out of 10, it's like, okay, yeah, I know them by way of da-da-da-da-da. And if it's like... But I don't know.
You're not going to be like... Ramont, what's our imaginary guy that we always say?
Bob.
Bob. Okay, you're not going to be like, oh, Ramont, there go Bob. Remember I told you about him? Yeah, that's the one that stole my socks when
I absolutely wouldn't tell you that.
Remember he stole my socks when he came over the house and he hasn't texted me back and I asked him to give me my $5 for my socks, but then he blocked me on social media. I'm like, oh, okay. But if Bob just was just like, hi, how are you? I'm Bob. I'm like, okay, hi, I'm Ramont. But I'm not going to be like, oh, my friend told me about you. You know what I mean?
Right, so you're not going to say that, but I don't think that me telling, because I'm going to run you that. Like, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have told you the story anyway, right? So now that we see him, oh, there's Bob. That's Sock Bob. That's how I'm going to tell him. You're going to be like, oh, okay, I know Bob. Now you, as the recipient of the information, you shouldn't be like, oh, I heard about you, because that's tacky as hell.
So that's why I feel like the person that told her is a hater and so is your friend. Because if you react that way, y'all haters.
So you're saying Bob is a hater? Wait, now I'm confused. Because I feel like you're saying
if I would have reacted to Bob like, oh, I heard about you, I'm a hater and you're a hater.
Oh. No, Frank, I'm not a hater. How? No, I think there's lines. Like, I think that is just, again, that's just passing information. We're friends, and I'm just putting you on to what the situation is. Now, if and you never really know. I think that if there's someone that is potential, if Bob was like, oh my God, your friend, or Ramont is X, Y, and Z. I want to kind of get at him. And I'm like, oh, Ramont is so stuck up and da-da-da. Now that is a hater to me. Someone you're being negative because there's an interest. Or Bob might just be like, oh, Ramont seems really cool. And I'm like, yeah, he's all right. But you know what I'm saying? We've been friends for this amount of time. And sometimes he be popping off and da-da-da. To me, that's a hater. Because why am I feeding you negative information about him? And for what? And then I still call myself being your friend. Because that happens a lot. I've met guys that'll be like, oh, this person is that. And I'm just like, well, that's supposed to be your friend. So it gives me pause to look at you and be like, whoa.
And I only say hater because if a person is, let's say, if I say, so what did they say? You know what I mean? And then, like, okay, bitch, you're a hater. Like, what the fuck you talking about me for? Like, and then it causes a whole nother...
Because I'm going to ask
so it depends on the person that's delivering the information and how that recipient decides to act on that information. So if y'all both can't act accordingly or act...
Just give me the opportunity to show you who I am. But, okay, so one of the situations that me and this guy talked about, because it came up, there was a time that we were at a function... It was this was prior to COVID, like years ago. We were at a function and you and I don't know if we were the only two there.
Not the only two.
Not the only two. Not. I'm saying like friend wise. It wasn't like the group of us. I think. It was
no. It was just you and I.
Yeah. So we're at this function.
Hot Boy Summer.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. So we're there and we're chilling. We're having a good time. This guy is trying to talk to Ramont. Now we were sitting on a couch, right?
No, we were upstairs at this point.
But weren't we on the couch?
We went. Yeah, we sat downstairs, but when he was trying to talk to me, we were upstairs.
Okay. So we're upstairs. They're talking or whatever. I'm in my business, minding my business or whatever. The guy was just I won't say he was aggressive. He was
aggressive and arrogant, pretentious.
All of that. And persistent. And so it was just a lot. So I'm looking at my friend and I'm like, okay, this isn't a move. Like, he's over it. And so when we got to what he has and, this is my Tiffany this. And I was just like, okay.
I don't even know how we got there.
Yeah. So I, at some point, said, like, are you not catching that there's not an interest here? And I don't know if those were the words that I said, but I said something to the effect of, my friend's probably not, like, I don't think my friend is really interested. Like, you're doing all this. And he was just like, well, your friend can speak for himself. And I'm like, yeah, but he's a nice one. So this particular night, y'all, Ramont was the nice one. So he's a nice one. So
I hate to tell people, I hate people's feelings. I just don't want to look at them when I say it.
Right. So, okay. Cause it was just dragging and Ramont was just literally sitting there like.
I was doing that fake smile and blink.
And it was like, okay, like, I want to go. And so I just said it because I was just like, okay. So then it turned into him. He didn't say the words, but he essentially called me a hater. He was like, you can't, like, why are you even in the conversation? Because I'm talking to him. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm sitting here listening to the conversation. One. Two,
well, he came up to both of us.
I mean, yeah, he did. Yeah. But I'm just saying.
Rude.
I just felt like I wasn't being a hater. I was being a saver of my friend. So the guy that I was talking to about it, he was like, no, you were being a hater. He was like, your friend could have said that he wasn't interested. I said, yeah, but in that moment, my friend wasn't going to say that. And I know that. So I don't think I was being a hater. I said, now, if my friend was interested and I'm trying to get my friend away or whatever, then to me, that's being a hater. Or if I was attracted to the guy and I'm mad because he's trying to talk to my friend, so I'm trying to derail that, then that's a hater. But to be just like, chill out, like you're almost embarrassing yourself. And then when I said it, he went on and on with this, what I have and what I drive, and I mean none of that was important at all at that point.
What irritates me, like I hate pretentious people that bring up the house, the car, the jewelries, and it's just like, when you look at me, so what, like, did I look like a charity case? You know what I mean? Like, did I look like I'm easily impressed by that stuff? Like, I've never had anything nice or anything like that. So it's just, and I contributed to, damn, it was so long ago, me either being young or looking young, where younger people are like, oh my God, this bitch got Tiffany's, he drive a Mercedes, he got this house, yes, bitch, I'm on.
Right.
No. I'm not impressed at all. Like, who are you? Why are you here? Like,
and to me, I think
he wasn't even cute.
I think that when you lead with that is what's a turnoff to me.
I don't even know how we got to the jewelry. I remember the Tiffany's, but I don't even know how we got there. And in my mind, I was like, I personally don't wear jewelry, so it doesn't appear to me.
Right.
But I bought several Tiffany gifts for people in my life, it
was just very
aggravating. And low key, I mean, let's be real here. Tiffany's isn't that expensive. Let's be real. Tiffany's is not that expensive. It is cute. I love Tiffany's by all means. But
it's not the creme de la creme.
You can. I mean, it is because it's Tiffany's, but you can get a Tiffany's ring for $150 to $200.
Yeah, I mean, so, to say you have Tiffany's, like, yeah, right, I get it.
Right, you know what I mean. So I was just looking at them, just like, okay, you got Tiffany's, okay, you know.
And again,
what's
so
next?
right, and I think that for me, it was just. We were there, and I don't think, like I said, Ramont wasn't going to dead it, and I wasn't going to just leave him there because you could tell that my friend was just kind of like, okay, Like, when is this going to be over?
I wanted it to be over. I wanted it to be like, okay, my name is, it's nice talking to you. Like, he would have caught the signal, but
and then he wanted to engage with me about me. Like it was like, it kept going. I was like, okay, sir. So I basically told you that my friend's not interested, and you want to argue that and say that it's not, I shouldn't have said that. But I'm trying to save everybody time. Like, we want to go, and you should probably go too. Like,
but it is like, you're so pretentious, but here we are at the same party. And you're hitting on me.
And you got on your Tiffany's that I get.
And I think I got off, I was coming from work, so I just had on a t-shirt and sweatshorts. Yeah, I was coming from work, so I just had on a t-shirt and sweatshorts. So it was just like, I don't know. Maybe he thought I was a charity case. I don't know.
Potentially. But so, do you...
I'd be looking homeless sometimes. It's okay. Like today.
Do you think that is a hater? Do you think that in that situation, now take yourself out of it, take me out of it, that situation just as it is, if you can, because of course when you're
if we were to look at it as face value, I can see someone saying that or calling you a cock blocker or whatever the case may be because you stopped what could have potentially been for your friend, but the only people that would say that would be people on that. The guy that was hitting on me, only he would say that. Like, oh, you're a cock blocker, you're blocking your friend, and this, that, and the third. Like, the friend wouldn't say that because y'all friends, y'all know each other. Now, unless your friend said, bitch, why the fuck you said that? I was interested in it.
Right.
And then him, this, that, and the third. I mean, it's not like you came up and just, like, yanked my arm. Come on, Ramont, let's go type of situation.
This is why I want video, because Ramont...
I'd be so animated. So only he would say, oh, your friend a cock blocker, here, hater, and this, that, and the third. But in my opinion, it would have to be mutual interest.
Agreed.
Like, if I was actively flirting back or the conversation was going somewhere,
I would have stepped away and been over. Like, I'd be like, okay, my friend is good. Like, I'm going to go and have me a cocktail or whatever.
Yeah, but it's always the person. That's just, that. It's similar to, like, a ugly person hitting on somebody. And you're like, no, I'm good. And like, no, my friend don't want to talk to you. You ugly. Oh, bitch, you hate and you ugly too. You're a cock blocker. You know what I mean? So, it's that type.
Never had that conversation.
Have you ever had ugly people hit on you?
Sidebar. I've had people that I was not attracted to. I don't like to necessarily call people ugly because everybody's attracted to somebody, I guess. But I will say that, this is going to sound horrible, but whatever. When I'm out, if we're out in a social setting and I'm having a good time and I've had a few cocktails, I typically will flirt with people that I'm not necessarily attracted to because it's easy, right? It's easy because there's no invested interest.
ALilRandR does not condone the actions of Reese when he's out by himself and intoxicated. Thank you.
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like, so I'm a little more intimidated by somebody that I'm really attracted to, so I wouldn't talk to them. I wouldn't approach them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thing about rejection in any capacity.
Uh-huh.
So if it's somebody that I'm not attracted to, I don't have a problem talking to them at all.
Yeah, and you know what you do when you do that? Now you done got these people that you're not attracted to, because I got to use my words wisely to describe this story, following you around, talking to you, and then you bring them over to us, and now we got to sit here and look them in their face like, why the hell are you here?
Well,
what is going on?
No more, so it doesn't matter.
What is going on?
What? Yeah, I see that now.
I see that now. After all the years you put us through this.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't realize that. But I was just being friendly, like,
we know, and that's why we the people be irritated. Like, Reese did it again. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't think about it like that, because I would bring them over and then I'm on to the next. Like, not on to the next like that, but I'm just like, okay, I've entertained and had a good time with this particular person in this moment. Now I'm ready to move on because there's no invested interest. It's just like, you're cool. Like, you're cool. It was
He dumps them off on us, and then we got to sit and have a conversation with him. So, what's your name? What are you into? All right. Reese he left. I don't know where he went.
He'll be back. That is crazy. I can't believe that I did that.
You did it a lot.
I think I'm just a nice person, though.
You're too nice.
Sometimes.
You're too nice.
So, okay, so how do you handle, like, if you feel like do you say hold on?
No, go on.
If you feel like someone is, like, hating, like, if you have someone that's a hater, right? Like, you have someone that actively is talking reckless about you or whatnot, do you approach the situation, or do you just...
Or it could be on the other side where a person approaches you and their friend comes over to intervene or jump in.
Have I told you that story? We were out. I'm going to give you the short, condensed version. We were out. So, years ago, Old Bay had a birthday party. Somebody came to the birthday party. This particular... We're going to call him Joe. Joe came to the party as a +1 of someone else. Oh. And so Joe got to acting silly. So me being who I am, this is my man's party. I don't know you. I said, can you chill out? Like, you know, because we're in a restaurant. Can you chill out? And he was just like, I don't know who you talking to. Bop, bop, bop. And I was like, okay, can you leave? Like, because we're not doing this. He's like, I'm going to beat your ass. Sir, you can beat my ass after this party, but I need you to be outside. So meet me out there. Like, go. So the friend that invited him was like, I'll get rid of him, whatever. So he left. Fast forward, I'm single now. I'm out and about. Me and this individual, me and Joe have come across each other, but we've never spoken words. But you can tell that there's still some animosity. To me, I could care less. This happened so many years ago, whatever.
On site, ho.
Right, pretty much is how. And he would, you know, when we see each other, it's like the side eye. And I'm like, okay, but if you're not going to do nothing, keep it moving. So we're out. This is, again, outside was open. I'm out, meet this guy, we're talking, conversation is great. Joe comes up, it ain't gonna happen.
Oh.
I said, so I'm like, what is going on? Because I know him, but I don't know how they know each other. And he was like, this is my friend and it ain't gonna happen, you ain't shit, da da da. And I was like, okay, like if that's how you feel, because again, this was years ago. Why you're holding on to it, I don't know. But you got it. And so, Joe's friend was just like, I don't know what's going on. He was like, you ain't gonna talk to him. He was like, you can talk to him. He was like, but it's not gonna go any further than this. And I was just like, okay, like if you're mad, like I don't understand. Like, but it wasn't even a conversation. Like I wasn't interested in having a conversation. I was just like, you got it, bro. Like you're mad, be mad. But me and the guy ended up exchanging information. But it became too much because every time that we would talk, it was a question of, he would revert back to Joe and what happened and trying to understand, and Joe really was just very passionate about us not getting to know each other, so we didn't. And I felt like Joe was a hater. Shit. I mean, I wasn't like, the guy was cool and everything. We talked for a couple weeks, but it didn't go anywhere, which is fine. I just felt like that was a hater move. That I wasn't shit. No,
well, it wasn't going nowhere.
And I guess if you know your friends, like for me,
I guess in that moment, a person would, Joe would be a hater in that particular moment.
Yeah, because it was just unnecessary. Like, it's not like I did. I guess if he felt like I did something to him, I can't negate his feelings. But to me, your action caused a reaction. And I wasn't disrespectful in the moment, in my opinion. I asked you to leave. I know.
The people gonna hear this.
They can hear it. It's natural. The undisclosed location we might be infiltrated today. Somebody done found us out, friend.
They're trying to come in and get our good ideas and steal all our topics.
But I didn't. And again, sometimes we know our friends, right? So I feel like if his friend, I'm not saying anything about the friend.
Clearly, Joe has issues.
Yeah. I won't say to this day. I don't know. I haven't seen him recently, but.
He's probably somewhere else ruining someone else's relationship or dinner.
Because he ain't got one.
Now
I sound like a hater, but whatever. You give and you get. You got to be able to take what you put out there. But I think that sometimes, so that's another question. Like, do you take what your friends say? Like, do you say, okay, I'm not going to fuck with this person? Like, if, okay. He's shaking his head no, y'all. I said you. He's shaking his head no. I was just going to say, like, I think I do to an extent. But if I like somebody, I like them. I can see you doing that. I might take it into consideration, but then I'm not going to
definitely take it into consideration. But I won't do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Like I said, I'll take it into consideration. And it'll stay in the back of my mind, but I won't allow it to affect what's going on, and I'll just observe and just go from there. Like,
and if it happens, it happens.
If it happens, it happens.
If whatever is said comes to be, then it's like, okay, cool. I was ready for that potentially. Or, yeah, I get that. I think that it depends. It depends on how passionate because I feel like my friends, and when I say friends, I'm not using it loosely. I'm like, my friends have my best interest at heart.
But and then also a good, well, I guess for us to be able to move quickly or think quickly itself, if we're talking to someone and that friend comes up and wants to butt into the conversation or see what's going on, which I hate, because now they just come in and they're just looking at you,
all right,
and like, oh, what's going on, who is this, and it's just
I don't like that either.
What the fuck do you want?
Like can I get to know the friend first? Like let him run you all my information. I don't like that.
Right.
What are your intentions? Excuse me, I don't have any right now. I don't even know him. So I don't know.
Like, who are you?
I intend on having a conversation with him without you here. How about that?
Facts.
Because I'm just like,
Facts.
I don't like that.
And it just makes an awkward space. But luckily we're able to think on, like, I'll just start talking to the other friend. Like, okay, so what's up with you? Like, you know, since you wanted to be here, like, let's have a conversation as well. Or like,
I have a friend. Do you want to meet my friend? Because I was getting to know your friend. That's me.
Please don't bring them over to me.
Well, I can't bring them to anybody right now.
You can't. I mean,
ever.
I mean, you can drop them off and we'd be like, hey, what's up? Hi. Nice to meet you. Are you here while friends go talk? Okay, so good. So, you know, what's going on? Are you having a good time? No? All right.
So I think that's a kind of a hard thing. And I know we're getting slightly off topic, but that's a kind of a hard thing when you're in a group of friends that are together. I can't drop anybody off.
You can.
I can to an extent.
We would set them straight.
I mean, so I look at it from the perspective of dropping somebody off.
We would definitely be your wingman.
You would. These other motherfuckers. Don't be bringing them over here like...
Tonio would.
No.
You don't think so?
First of all, Tony's not... We're not going anywhere, just he and I. Tonio don't trust... Tonio don't trust me.
He does.
He does not trust me. Hell, you barely do. I mean, we can go out, but I don't think that we've been...
We've gone to several parties together. We've had several outings together.
Parties. Ramont will not come out. Like, well, when outside was open, we were not going to... We didn't go to day parties. It was either a group effort or...
Because day parties are expensive. We needed a group. We needed a group for a day party.
Yeah, because we needed a table.
And that's the only way.
Is that pretentious of us?
No. Because sometimes they would ask us.
Yeah.
When they were having a party, they would say, hey, do you guys want to get a table? Like, they would send us the information before we even sought out that.
But I'm saying to go to a function, because that's been said to me. Oh, y'all always got to have a section. I'm like, well,
it's like 5 of us.
We want to sit down.
What the fuck? And don't let it be cold outside. What bitch want to put my coat?
Right. I agree.
And if it's hot outside, I want to sit underneath the shade. And we got one friend that sweat. So... But I would definitely be your wingman. However, I never know when you're serious and when you're not. So I don't know where the hell things are going. Sometimes I just check in like, you good? All right, I'm going to go away. Because I don't know if this is an unattractive person to you.
I didn't say unattractive.
He's unattractive to you. That's what I said.
Okay.
Look at you getting all defensive.
I don't want it to be said that...
That what?
That I...
You already said it. You already told the people what your game is. Now everybody that you talk to, you're going to think like, oh my God, does he think I'm unattractive? You didn't already set yourself up. Now I gotta go back and cut that section out.
This episode has been brought to you by...
gotta put a commercial right there.
Right. No, I mean, whatever.
It is, but we're not haters, but there are some haters out there, so...
If you're a hater, just don't.
Word of advice, don't... If you see your friend talking to someone, allow your friend to talk to them. Unless you were already there with your friend and both of you were approached, then of course fill out your friend and see how the situation is going. And if you're going to tell your friend about someone that did you wrong, that's out in the public space, make sure you tell it to your level-headed, smart friend.
And tell all of the story, because I think that it's, sometimes you get all of...
Well, of course you're only going to get it from your friend's perspective, but if you're out in a public setting, that's not the place or time to act on it like, my friend said you did this, so did you do this? Like, tell it to your level-headed friend that ain't going to blow up the spot.
Or just talk about it after the fact.
Because with my situation, I would not have known that person was talking about me until the friend said it. You know what I mean?
Right.
He could have just said, "Hi, my name is," and I could have kept it moving. I wouldn't know. But now that I know, now I'm side eyeing both of you bitches at the party. Like, so what the fuck was said?
And then if
y'all still talking again, so what?
And if Ramont, then I'm already like, hi.
And you wasn't even there that time.
Couldn't have been because it would have been a whole different situation. We
would have got kicked out
probably because I think that's rude. I think it's rude and I think it's disrespectful. And again, I'm very protective. I think that goes back to just...
I mean, we all are. And I can say that person was protective of his friend, but you wouldn't have did that if I would have told you some information. No. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the friend was I would
have been like, hey, what's up, uncle? Nice to meet you.
Like, you're stupid. And because my thing is, because you introduced yourself to me, it's like, so he didn't point to me when he said my name, or he didn't show you a picture so you know who not to fuck with at the party. Yo, dumbass. I'm upset all over again.
Well, all right. Let's bring the temperature down. Let's bring the temperature down.
Let's wind down. Everyone take a deep breath.
Ooh. So, that's all that I had. I mean, I just wanted to know if I was a hater.
It's going to be interesting to hear the comments and what people thought. Because now people are going to think of like, well, bitch, was I a hater when I told you?
Right. Or was I just being informative? Because I think that there is a level of just being informative and just saying, hey, this is what it is, you know, about any given situation. Like, oh boy, like Joe. He could have said nothing to me and talked to his friend and been like, yo, that's the dude that bop, bop, bop. Right. And let his friend make a determination. Because what happened wasn't, again, it wasn't personal, in my opinion. It wasn't a personal thing.
And also, like, has there ever been a story or a time where you're like, you know, talking to someone and someone would have came up to you like, hey, I heard about him. He fucked about, you know, three people I know. You know what I mean? Like
I've heard that. I've when I was like I've been in a situation where I was getting to know someone and that I got ran their whole facts and I was just like, okay.
I don't think a whole fact should sway your judgment on someone.
It didn't.
Okay.
I feel like, so for me, I look at it from the perspective of, again, like you said, if I'm interested, then I'm interested. Now, if I'm not interested, that's, to me, sometimes that's a way out. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm really not feeling it, it's just like, okay, well, you know what?
Well, I want to see what the other three got.
I might be different. You're right.
I mean, I just want to experience the same thing. I do know that during my dating years, when someone found out that me and this person were dating, they told him, "Oh, you're dating
UND."
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, you're dating so and so. He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah. My homeboy smashed him, and I could have as well, but I opted not to. Bitch. And I still don't know who it is to that day. Bitch. And we've been together for like 4 or 5 years, so this is like year one. That's how old the information is.
I'm mad.
Bitch. Because I was like, who the fuck?
I am mad.
Mm-hmm. And now that's a fucking hater.
That is.
That's a fucking hater. Because that information was what does it do for you to give that type of information? And you could be wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
you could be lying.
You could be lying. You could.
I mean,
you could. It could just be a whole lie altogether. Like, what? But I mean, and to my understanding, there were a lot of people that were mad
about him dating you.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have did you have a reputation like, see, I don't know. So I'm just getting into this space of sharing excursions. I'm more free with my friends about my personal business. Mm-hmm. So I don't, and maybe because of that, I was never really interested. Like, I've never been like, oh, I don't know your whole, like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So.
But it wasn't, I mean, it was more so people that wanted him, then it's like, ugh, why are you with him? Like, it was more, but I mean,
okay.
But I'm a bad bitch. They should be mad. They should be mad.
Listen.
They should be mad.
That is very, and to me, it speaks to the person. I would never, like, if I was trying to get with somebody, I would never, if I'm trying to talk to you and I know that you're dating D and I know anything about him, I'm not going to tell you about him because that sounds like a hater. I feel like, that's stupid. That's stupid. Like, I'm not finna down what you got going on to try to get at you. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, it's just it's a hater, jealous spirit, because if you're like, your intention of telling someone that is basically they're not going to date anymore.
Right.
It's going to be over. It is what it is, because either I didn't have a chance or whatever. Because my thing is to end it with, I could have, but I did. So what are you saying it for?
Right.
If you didn't want to, so what was the point?
And the reality of the situation is, this person probably never had a chance.
Probably never.
Probably was like, oh, Jesus. See, now I'm irritated because that's just ill. See, I'm... That's so tacky.
It's so tacky Toya.
Tacky Toya. And hating Harriet.
Hating her? Not hating Harriet? Oh, no. That old-ass name.
Heather. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think that's one of those things. I think it's just, I mean, it says a lot about the person.
It is. And
it's not.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. What else are you to expect? I mean, you kind of expect people to either give out your whole facts, give out information about you when you're talking to or dating someone. I think it just comes with the nature of the game. Naturally, like potentially, people are going to say, "Oh, I heard," or this, that, and the third, and everything like that. Like, it is what it is. Just have your own mind, your own opinion about the person, because this is like, but. In the same breath of saying, "Oh, they fucked this," and well, who did you sleep with?
Right.
How many people have you slept with?
And then look at the source. I think
definitely look at the source. Look at their shoes. Look at their shoes.
I hate shoes.
The shoes will tell you a lot about them, and you can decide from there if you can trust their information or not. And look at their phalanges.
I was just gonna say that.
Look at their phalanges.
That is it for me. Like,
and before y'all hit Google to find out what phalanges is, it's basically your nails. Particularly around the cuticle level, just their hands, their nails all together.
Yeah,
definitely will tell you if that source is good. And look at their teeth. That also tell you.
Specifically,
the
gum line.
The gum line.
That speaks volumes. And if you can get in there, it's not just the front. Look at the back.
Oh my God, who's going all the way back there?
I'm just saying, if you have the opportunity, just check it out.
No,
it says a lot. It says a lot.
So those are the key things to look for when someone is giving you dirt or unsolicited at that. If you didn't ask for it and they're just giving you this information, consider the source. Consider the source, because they probably didn't say some things about you too, unsolicited to other people.
Right. Huh. And that's that on that. Look at the shoes.
Phalanges.
The phalanges.
And their gum line.
Yeah. Ooh. That gum line. Because, I feel like it gets caked up when you talk a lot of shit.
Ooh. That's a good one.
It's a serious thing. Right. What else you got, friend?
Friend, that is it. Friend, we've been talking to these people.
Wow. We hope that you guys.
They got a lot to unpack. Listen to this. They're going to go back to all their friends. Like, bitch, you was a hater. Because remember when... We would love to hear y'all stories. If y'all have any, definitely hit us up on social media. Email us.
You hit us on our IG at ALilRandRPodcast.
Yeah, definitely IG, email, Twitter. Is our Twitter out there?
We don't have a Twitter. We have personal Twitter.
We have personal Twitter. You can hit us on our personal Twitter. It is what it is. We'll definitely respond. I'm trying to get more into Twitter. That's a good question.
I think mine is Mr. Reese 1.
I can't stand your Twitter because I don't tweet you like that. So every time I'm like, what the fuck is this Twitter? And I have to go back through
text. My name.
It is, but it's not. Don't do that.
Well, it's the same as my Instagram.
Mine is at RockBoyMonty. Let me see. Because I can never, because you have like a number. Okay.
It's Mysteries 1. Okay.
It comes up now because I've tweeted you a few times, but prior to that, no, it didn't come up. I'm trying to get more into tweeting. It's kind of hard for me because Twitter is something you have to actively be on to know what's going on.
And I'm not, yeah.
It'd be 3 days. I'll be like, oh shit, let me tweet this. Or I do like live tweets, so like for a show, if I'm watching something real time, I've done tweet that on it. Like, that's fun and interactive, but on my day-to-day.
Just regular, I just be like I will think about some shit and I'm like, that would be a cute tweet, but by the time that crosses my mind, I'm onto something else. I'm just like, whatever.
I'm not that type of... I'll do an Instagram story real quick, though.
You are. Your Instagram stories are good.
Yeah, they are.
I'd be like...
I'm more of
I don't know, is it because I watch yours so much that you're like my one... Like, as soon as I pull up my Twitter...
I'm always there.
You're right there, yeah.
Because I'll definitely keep posting an Instagram story before I hit a tweet. I don't even do Facebook like that.
I don't post on Facebook.
It's been so long. I used to have fun on Facebook.
Me too, but tell me your thoughts really quick. So this lady at work...
There's never a real quick with us.
It's real quick. This lady at work, me and Q, we were talking, right? Mm-hmm. She, of course, the pandemic, she hasn't been in the office. So she comes in and we're all just talking and she's like, yeah, I've been on, I was on Facebook and I saw your mother's live. Your mother be doing it, da-da-da-da. Because, my mother sells jewelry and da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, dropped her voice. I be on Facebook just minding people's business. I don't say much. I just be looking at what they got going on. And I was just like, when you creep like that, you shouldn't tell people. And then the more and more I thought about it, I was like, we're not even friends. Like,
block her.
We're not even friends on Facebook.
Block her. You got to find her page.
I was like,
block
what?
Her.
Like, that is just weird to me. That you... Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's more normal than I think it is. But I just think that, like, if I know you, and because we work together, that's why I did not friend her. I'm like, how do you have my mom's page?
Because she went to your page.
I think mine is locked down. Maybe I need to lock it down some more. But that's just weird.
Block her.
Yeah.
But your mom, if your page is public, 9 times out of 10, your mom's page is
Mine is private. Hers might be public because of...
Right, and if you share that story, it makes it public.
Okay, that makes sense.
Block her.
See, that's why I love you, Ramont, because you helped me with my technical difficulties.
Block
with my
her.
phone, my computer, everything.
And just go to work and just start blocking people. Just pull up your...
You're an amazing engineer. I am. I'm blocking everybody. Boop, boop.
Y'all block all them hoes.
All right, y'all. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in a couple weeks. What?
Will we? Shit. Look at the calendar.
In a couple weeks.
I'll never make a promise we can't keep.
Oh, crap. Because what's the face? Are we going to do, what's the face?
What? Ooh, what? Don't do that.
When we, do you want to do a episode on vacation?
Bitch.
No. I know
get
you
me cussed out.
The whole, yeah. Our friends don't support us. When we talk about the podcast amidst our friends.
Do you think they will allow us to step away to go record?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
I mean, if
not.
we had video cameras, we could definitely record the vacation and everything
Maybe
like that.
we'll do some stuff for Instagram. Because that's quick. That's quick enough to where it just looks like we're taking pictures. It doesn't look like work.
So I started following this lady. She's married and she's Instagram personality or whatever. She's a comedian, and her and her husband were sitting down. They were talking to another couple. I can't remember the dynamics of why, but a part of the conversation was because she has to always be on, and like the husband was talking about, well, we were on vacation and then she wanted to film things in the car and while we were stopping for clips on Instagram and, her social media and everything like that. And he was like, at certain times, he's just like, can we stop? Like, can we just enjoy this moment, as a family, do this without you recording, put the camera down, without you posting and everything like that. And he was like, there are certain times where I just want her to just stop, let us enjoy each other as a family with the kids and have fun. And then she was just like, yeah, he does that. It lasts for a little while. He have his little attitude, but you give him, when he calmed down, he have a little drink, and next thing you know, he got the camera, he's recording moments, he's capturing different content and everything like that. So I guess it is a balance, but I understood, where he was coming from. Like, you don't want to take away from those moments, but it's also hard when that's who you're dating because they want to capture all the content and everything like that. And they're a beautiful family. But it was just interesting to hear them say that, like, stop, like, let's enjoy the ride to the vacation. Then maybe when we get there, we can carve out time to record. But certain things you want to capture in the moment because you can't get that moment back. So
I have a question. because I guess it's not real quick. But real quick. How does D feel about the podcast? Like, not feel about the podcast, but feel about you doing it. Like, does it interfere, or is it like a understanding that this time is dedicated to, and you know what I mean? Like, is it?
It has its moments.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. It has its moments.
Okay. Well, we're still here, so we working through those moments, y'all. And on that note,
so we will come back. Okay, we can drop another one.
Yeah,
we'll have to do it before we leave.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
That's
Easy enough. All right.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you guys for listening. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey guys, it's your boy Ramont. I want to thank you again for listening to another episode of ALilRandR Podcast. Please make sure you like and subscribe to us. Also, follow us on IG at ALilRandRPodcast. That's ALilRandRPodcast. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to us via our Gmail at RamontandReese@gmail.com. Thanks so much.